Hey folks, so how's everybody doing? I hope you're well. I was finishing up this little HUSQVARNA 350 cylinder, and I was like, well, I don't know if I've made just a direct video showing exactly how I would texture an intake port or a transfer port, and you know, you do need a little bit of texture. I've tore down bone stock saws here that have never been touched. And you know, the either chrome or nickel seal plating will come all the way into the intake port, and it's really common for it to go into the transfer ports. There's a lot of theories up in the air on whether, you know, a slick port will work, or whether a really rough port's different. Me personally, I like something kind of in the middle. I'd seen another YouTuber mentioned it like maybe filling a cat's tongue. Mine probably ain't quite that abrasive, but this intake's quite finished right now, but I'm just gonna give you an idea here if I can get my foot to the pedal for the Fordham. And what I've got here, and if you're using a Dremel flex shaft or just a Dremel, or you know, one of your cheaper Fordham knockoffs that uses an 1/8 inch collet, this one's set up for 1/4 inch, but it does have 1/8 inch ones here with it I could use. But all you need is an 1/8 inch mandrel for a cartridge roll, and then, you know, some different assortment sizes of rolls. And there's several different ways you can do this, but this is my favorite way. Once everything's done and all my rough cuts, I'll just come in with the fresh roll and I'll run that pedal at a super low speed and just lightly go over everything. That's kind of over exaggerating it, I guess, but the slower the pedal, kind of the rougher it's gonna be, if that makes any sense to you. But you know, it's just like a final step in doing the texture work on it. Now, like I said, you know, some people like to leave the port rougher than others. That's just completely fine. You can leave it as is, you know, mill finish with you know, your double cut carbide burr. I've even seen guys go over them with diamond abrasives, and that's really kind of how I do my uppers. I actually cut my uppers with a diamond abrasive. I've not used a double cut carbide burr, a single cut, and longer than I can remember to do upper transfers. It's just, they chatter, and I don't care how good and practiced you are, it's still really easy to screw up a cylinder with those things in such a tight area. But we'll do the transfers kind of the same way. I keep bumping the camera just to make sure I've got you guys in frame, because the screen blacks out on this particular camera. We'll just start with this roll and go in pretty low speed. Go in and just lay a texture on everything. Like I said, it's up to you, your preference, if you want to do it or not. There's another way I'll do this as well. I'll put on a slotted mandrel. I'll tell you what, this video is not going to be very long. I need to put that bit on anyway. I'm going to pause you guys and I'll bring you back and show you another method on how to do this. Alright folks, we're back. What this is called is a slotted mandrel, and that's basically what it is. Now again, if you're using a Dremel or something that has an 1/8 inch collet, you're going to have to get creative. I've seen guys take a cotter pin and cut the end of it off and make one that way. Or maybe you could take one of your old bits and, you know, cut the top of it off and slot it and get the same effect. But your choice of sandpaper. I swear I've went all the way up to 320 before, and as long as you run it at a slow speed, you end up with a really nice texture at the end. I think this is about 120 or something. It's about the same as what that roll was. Again, just go in, run at a super low speed, and this is also how I do my polish work on exhaust ports. That's going to be another video you'll see probably in a day or so after this one, but yeah, I'm just doing this stuff mainly try to help someone out. I've seen people post videos and just kind of be rude about it and then not really show you how to get the result. One person in particular, but I don't really mention other channels' names on there anymore, but you can see that's a really nice finish. It's gonna be one strong little saw, or at least I think so, or at least I hope so. Again, transfer ports the same way, and doing it this way will also aid in helping knock down any burrs or chamfering. You can see I'm kind of going up and out of the port there. I'll actually leave this on, and it'll be my first step, or well, really the second step in polishing the exhaust port. This does a real nice finish, knocks down any imperfections you might have missed. This open port 350 cylinder, you know, I would have loved to have had a 45 millimeter 346 top end for this build, but this thing had some really good timing once squish was dialed in. You know, we're going to use it and go for it. You know, we're going from a 340 to 350, so it's going to be a fun little swap anyway. It don't take a lot. You can sit and spend a lot of time on this stuff making it perfect, and it does help. You know, if it's 1 or 2% in the end on total horsepower, you know, in my book, it's worth it. There's a lot of flow chart data and dyno results out there, you know, showing different port textures, and you know, it's kind of hard to argue with that stuff. And I've been around a lot of speed shops and stuff over the years. I've seen a lot of high-end cylinder heads on drag cars. This leaves a really nice finish on that port, but you know, like I said, you know, maybe this helped someone, maybe it didn't, and this is, you know, your final steps in finishing these ports. And you know, you should take your time and want, you know, whether it's rough or smooth or somewhere in the middle, you should take your time and, you know, at least care enough to make it look good, especially if it's someone else's. But anyway, with all that said, you know, I hope this helped someone. Thank you for watching, and everybody stay safe and have a good day.